All right, well, I think we'll go ahead and get started. As most of you know, I'm Angela Prather. I am the Membership and Partnership Manager for USPCA, and I'm happy to be here with everybody tonight. Larry had a last minute issue to deal with, so he called and asked me to jump on, and I'm more than happy to do that. So I'm going to let Jade introduce herself since I am the last minute pitch hitter and really am not up on this particular webinar today. So I'm going to let Jade go and I'm going to go on mute and take it away, Jade.
Awesome. I am going to share my screen. So this is marketing for
You're fine.
personal. Okay, thank you. All right, so this is marketing for personal chefs. To introduce myself, my name is Jade Pruett. I'm currently the senior SEO manager for Sourceability, which is a semiconductor supply chain company. So if you have any questions about microchips, we can cover that at the end. But until recently, I was an SEO and marketing analyst for a company that did all of the SEO for CNN and Business Insider. And I got to handle a lot of accounts, including MeUndies, Lands' End, Blue Apron, lots of fun stuff. And in my spare time, I run Mind Over Marketing, which is a marketing company geared towards service-based businesses, primarily private chefs and personal chefs and therapists. So that is a little about me, and I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia. And today we are going to cover what is marketing, types of marketing you should know about, how to build a campaign, and then questions. So, what is marketing? So, back in the day, if you wanted to share your service with the world, you had to do just that. You had to share it everywhere. And this is advertising in its traditional sense. So, commercials, billboards, big ads in the mall and things like that. And this allowed you limited targeting. So, you kind of had to target just everyone in the world, like anyone who was at the mall. Or watched television. And there was really no way to track what worked. So you could put a commercial on every channel and then have no idea who was buying your product and what marketing strategies were working and which ones weren't. Um, and then thanks to the internet, I'm skipping ahead. Okay. So, however, a lot of marketing efforts and money are wasted, like I said. While you can try your best to appeal to your audience, even if you are like a kid's cereal, you can advertise on Cartoon Network. And if you are a local car dealership, you can advertise locally. But you are without a doubt spending a lot of money showing your product to people who are not interested in it. Also, there's really no way to measure your efforts and see if what you're doing actually matters. So if you're Cookie Crisp in the 90s, you can advertise on Cartoon Network and then maybe offer an in-store coupon, and you're getting all these sales, but you have no idea which one's working. But what if you could somehow see why people were buying from you, what was actually inspiring them to do so, and find out that it's the in-store coupon instead of these like thousands of dollars you're throwing into ads? You could then stop running ads, invest more into the in-store coupon, and then gather more of your target audience while spending less money. And that is what marketing is. So, thanks to the internet, you can do exactly that. So, we've gone from marketing, where you can invest in ads and see what happens, to marketing, where you can know exactly where your audience is, whether it is Google, Instagram, Facebook, you can know exactly who they are. And then you can target your ads just to them. Then you can follow them through every part of their buying journey. You can monitor that journey and tweak areas that are weak. You can retarget people, so you can go after people who have already looked at your product and considered it but not bought. You can go kind of follow them around the internet, as I'm sure you've seen. You can build lasting relationships with customers. You can get the highest return on investment possible by only investing in what works, and a lot more. So exciting. So now we're going to get into types of marketing. So first we have paid marketing, which are tactics that cost money to run. This includes Google and social media ads. The pros of this is they are very fast. The cons are they only work when you're investing in them, and you can invest a lot of money in these. And then we have earned marketing. Earned is marketing that is given to you by someone else. So this can include a positive review, social media shares, or word of mouth. Pros, nothing works better than a positive referral. And cons are you have basically no control over this. Like you can ask for referrals or good reviews, but it's really in someone else's hands. Then we have owned marketing, and this is marketing you own, and it includes your website, email marketing, social media accounts, all that stuff. The pros are this helps you build lasting trust and retention with your clients. Like you're not tricking anyone if they follow you on Instagram and see all your good stuff. The cons are it is slowly built over time. So now we're going to get into types of marketing that I think you guys should know, particularly for personal chefs. And the first is email marketing, which I'm a huge fan of. This is a form of owned marketing. And it is essentially, creating regular emails to send out to your email list and update them on all the goings on of your business. So if you have a new product or you have a sale or you have a new blog post or other announcement, you can send it directly to people who have signed up to receive your emails. And of course, we have a example of what this looks like. This was from my inbox. It's just everyone who I've ever bought something from or, signed up for their email list. I'm constantly getting emails from them. I'm sure you are as well. The good thing about email marketing is that it has the highest return on investment by far, as you can see from this graph, of any marketing tactic, with a return on investment on average of 122%. Like, that's crazy. And this makes sense since the people who you are targeting with this already know your product, have intentionally signed up to receive your emails. So they're already interested. You already kind of got them, and now you're showing up on their phone every single morning. The catch is you do have to get people to sign up. Pro tip, never sign anyone up for your email list without their consent. It's actually illegal and you can be sued. That most likely wouldn't happen to a small business, but if like Target was putting a bunch of people on their mailing list, it would be a big problem. But yeah, so to get people onto your mailing list, it's a great idea to offer a discount, offer free information, or even just a sign-up sheet at events. And then we're on to search engine marketing. And this is the ads that show up at the top of your search that literally just say ad next to them. Someone's paying for these. They're actually paying by the click oftentimes, which is a lot of fun. But this is a form of paid marketing, obviously. So yeah, you're paying for your ad to show up. And the process is pretty simple. You choose a keyword you want to show up for, like personal chef Atlanta, and then you place a bid on how much you're willing to pay for that spot. And sorry, most personal chef, I'm going to grab some water. Okay, most personal chef keywords typically do cost a little bit. I believe they're about $1 a click. But if those people are really looking for a personal chef in your area, then that might be completely worth it. So yes, when I did this research, they were going for $1.09. And they were getting about 390 searches for personal chef Atlanta. So this might be different depending on your area, but that's not bad. If 390 people are searching for a personal chef every single month and you're showing up at the top of that, then that's pretty good. Let's see. For search engine marketing, it's a good idea to run short campaigns because you can rack up quite a bill doing this. And it's probably not worth your time doing long-term. Like this is a good idea to do if you're working on something else on the back end, or you just really need a client immediately. And then we have social media ads. This is another form of paid marketing. It's essentially like search engine marketing, except it shows up on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and all the different social media accounts. The way that you target these is a bit different though, and it's pretty cool. You can target based on age, gender, location, interests, language. You can even retarget, like I said earlier, where they've visited your website, but they didn't purchase. And so you can like follow them around on Facebook. So for an example of someone you could target, if you wanted to target women from age 30 to 50 who are married, who have children of a certain age, so they're in the house, are in the top 5% of income in the US. They're within 25 miles of Atlanta. They're interested in personal chefs. You've narrowed it down to 340,000 people, and that's just in the Atlanta area. So it's quite promising. And yeah, so social media ads are great for short-term goals again, and also again, not perfect for everyday marketing efforts. So then we have social media. This is a form of owned marketing. And it's essentially just consistently adding content to your social media to entice new customers. This works as a great portfolio for people. It helps you build trust with your followers, but it also takes a lot of dedication. I often recommend to my clients if Instagram and Facebook just like aren't your passion, like you're not really into taking pictures and doing this whole thing, don't worry about it. It's awesome if that's what you care about, but like there are so many other things that work really
Hey,
well.
Jade, I want to step in. There's a couple questions on social media ads. I thought we'd go ahead and get those answered while you were
Yeah,
in this section.
for sure.
Kathy would like to know if she's never had any luck with social media ads. What's the rate of return, the average rate of return on the social media ads?
That's a good question. I can't give you an exact number. I've seen people be incredibly lucky with these, and I guess luck's the wrong word. They've been very successful with these. I do recommend working with a professional if you're going to do this and you do it really good. Typically, you get to do research for a month or two to figure out who your target audience really is, and then go from there. It's not like you throw it up there and it's amazing immediately.
Right. So very, very much along the lines of what I go through sometimes with membership and discussions about who's your ideal client.
Exactly. Yeah. And we'll get
Okay.
into that in a second.
Okay. And then Leslie, again about social media ads. Do you have any resources to explain how to navigate the new Facebook ad changes?
I could find
Um,
one.
she's absolutely locked out of placing any ads because of Apple iOS 14 changes.
They're an interesting bunch. It's been a lot of fun. I can see if I can find you a good resource on that and send it over.
Okay, let me see. I think I might have one more here. We're not there yet. Are you going to, Yelp ads, are you going to get towards that type of, or is that in this same bunch?
I'm not going to do Yelp ads.
Okay. Okay, there we go. She's not going to do a Yelp ad. So that's, what do you think about Yelp ads? I guess that's the question. I know there are some chefs in our group that have had success with Yelp.
Yeah. I think you can honestly with marketing, you can have success with anything if you stick with it and you do it really well. I have found most of my clients are very annoyed with Yelp, but I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll let you carry on. That's all I
All
have at
right.
the current moment.
Cool. And where were we? Oh, yeah, takes a lot of dedication to do social media. Right. So social media, it's great to have primarily for earned marketing moments in which someone like you're doing a dinner party and they take a ton of pictures. It's cool if they can tag you on that. But it's also a good idea if you're going to have social media to keep it consistent because it can kind of work against you if you don't. You could end up, if someone finds your social media and you haven't posted since 2018, they could be like, this person's probably not working anymore, and then not even contact you. So things to keep in mind. And then we're on to SEO, search engine optimization, which is my favorite thing. This is a form of earned/owned media, and this is earned/owned marketing. And it is essentially a bunch of tactics to help you show up in Google searches. And of course, the higher in the Google search, the better. And so the basics in this incredibly chaotic page, Google rewards you for having a healthy website. And that means having great content, fast loading times, having a secure website, updating your pages regularly, being mobile friendly, and then being user friendly. So basically just, a website that you would want to go to, like how does it react? Does it load quickly? Is the content valuable to you? These are all the things that Google really cares about. And what you can do to help boost your SEO is make sure your website meets all of that criteria, create a blog or create some sort of content that you're making on the daily basis, answer questions that people are asking when they're trying to find a personal chef, and create new content at least once a month.
Hey, Jade,
Yeah.
is the 3 clicks or less rule still true about people trying to find stuff on your website?
3 clicks or
I
less.
can remember it used to be that if people don't find something in 3 clicks or find what they're looking for in 3 clicks or less, they usually leave.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely right. I know it's like having people stay on your website for like 5 seconds is considered a win sometimes.
Right. Yep.
It's a good time. But yeah, so questions you could potentially ask are how much money does it cost to hire a personal chef? How to hire a personal chef? What to look for in a personal chef? Very simple questions like that. Oh, what's the difference between a private and a personal chef? These would be great places to start when creating content to help people find you in Google. All right, so SEO is especially important.
Real quick question on
Okay.
SEO. Isn't it really expensive? As a very small business, my marketing dollars are slim. Please expand on this.
It can be expensive. The thing about SEO is that it doesn't cost like ad money to get started. You're just hiring the expert. And then it's free, or you do it yourself and it's completely free. If that answers the question.
Okay. Do things like tagging or the way you post blog categories, etc., matter for SEO?
The way you post blog categories.
If you like tagging or the way you post your blogs, keywords.
Keywords matter for sure. And your meta descriptions matter. So when you're writing your page titles and what you put in your headings would matter a lot for SEO.
How do you do it yourself?
Let's see what else I put in here about this. I did such a brief overview. Do we want to get into SEO?
It sounds like SEO is a very interesting topic for everybody.
Oh man, that's exciting for me because that's what I do. Okay. Can I get through my presentation and then answer all the SEO questions?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
you can.
Wonderful. All right. So SEO is especially important because when you're ready to buy, you go to Google. So if you're ready to hire a personal chef, if you're ready to do anything, you don't go on Instagram or just start shuffling through Facebook, hoping an ad pops up. You're going to Google it and then you're going to use who you find. So customers with the highest buying intent will be in Google, Googling things like best personal chef in Atlanta or your area, gluten-free personal chef near me, etc. And if you are who is showing up, then you are who they're going to hire. And that's kind of, why SEO is so important. So it takes at least 3 months to start seeing results. It is completely free if you do it yourself, and it becomes more beneficial over time. So, and the benefits of blogging. It keeps your website fresh. It gives you more searchable content for your SEO. It gives you more fun things to share in email and on social if you choose to use those tactics. It builds trust with clients. It sets you apart as an authority in your field. Cool. And then on to Google My Business. So this is the blurb that shows up in Google, and this is an aspect of SEO. It's just a little different. So this is the blurb that shows up in Google. This is one for a restaurant near my house that has all the information about your business. And from what I've seen, at least in the Atlanta area, this is like a tragically underutilized tool for personal chefs. And I'm like, why? Like everyone should have this set up and set up really well. So, like I said, there's a ton of room for improvement on this. And this is like, you should do this. So make sure that all of your information is the same everywhere on the internet, down to how you write your phone number. Like if you put parentheses around it on your website and then you do a dash in Google My Business, it's going to be mad at you and not show your page anymore. So be very careful setting it up. And then from there, request reviews when you can, answer questions that come in when they come in, or get someone to ask you questions monthly, and also add pictures and posts to your Google My Business on a monthly basis. And this will be like your number one source of new clients. And I should say, if you're trying to do your SEO on your own and you're just deeply intimidated, just start with your Google My Business and it'll take you where you need to go. And then we're on to creating a campaign. So the first thing you need to know if you are creating a campaign for your business is you need to get to know your audience. And you can do that by figuring out what their demographic is, their needs and their goals, their behaviors, and what is challenging to them. So this is a big one that I created for another client who's clearly not a personal chef, but this is a branding agency. It's a startup who needs branding, and their needs could be that, they don't know how to do branding, but they know that it's important for their business. And then a challenge is they're afraid of hiring the wrong company who is going to tell them that they need a rebrand, even if they don't. Behavior could be they're familiar with marketing, but they just don't know enough about branding. And then their demographics could be majority women in a certain area of a certain age. So for a personal chef, this could potentially look like demographic wise. For a personal chef client, this could be someone located in your area, who makes a certain amount of money a year, who has kids of a certain age. Challenges could be that they don't know how to cook, or they don't want to cook. Their kids hate everything. They don't have enough options. They could have potential dietary restrictions that they don't know how to navigate. Behaviors could be they get overwhelmed in the kitchen. They order too much. They order in too much and feel guilty. And then they end up eating the same thing every night because their kids only like to eat pizza. And then their needs could be they need food prepared for dinner on weeknights. They need gluten-free options for picky kids, etc. So just sitting down and thinking about who your ideal client is, and like, even though it could seem obvious, just like writing down some ideas of what their behaviors and challenges and needs could be will help you write content for them later. And then it's time to establish your goals. So for every person I've ever worked with, their goal is to book more clients. But this could also mean, or their goals could also be to add more people to a mailing list, to increase brand recognition, or to book more of a select service. So I'm working with someone right now who's a private chef, but also sells chocolates. And he's far more interested in one aspect of his business than the other right now, or maybe he's booked in one area. And so we are like pushing our marketing efforts in one direction. And then creating a website is super important. Your website is your hub for all of your marketing efforts because they all lead back to your website. And so if your website's weak, then all of your other efforts could kind of fall flat. And then use the marketing channels that make sense for your audience. And this is a very basic overview. You can get far more in depth with this, but primarily a middle-aged audience is going to be on Facebook or email or Google. A millennial audience enjoys Instagram, email, or Google. And then Gen Z enjoys Instagram, TikTok, or Google. Everybody Googles. So this is a very basic idea of a campaign that you could create just on your own. From a survey that I did a while back with some personal chefs in Atlanta. And their primary concerns was they wanted something that didn't cost a lot of money, that helps you replace clients quickly, and of course, something you can do yourself. So it starts with a website. Step one, create your website, and then create a invitation to sign up for an email list. So, and then you can just say, join the wait list. So even if you are completely booked out right now, but you're like, oh, over the summer, I might lose some clients and I need to fill some spaces, you can just have people join the wait list if they're interested. And then the second that you have a space available, you can just send out an email to everyone who signed up that says, we have a space available. And then you can probably get that booked within a day or within the week at least. And the question is, how do you want to get people to your website? And that's where every other marketing campaign or tactic comes in. Do you want them coming through Instagram or through word of mouth or search ads, paid ads, SEO, all of the above? That is up to you. And I can help. So I can answer your questions right now or later. You're welcome to email me. I can help you create a plan that you can do yourself, or I can create a plan and do it for you. And I will say I primarily focus on SEO, but I can at least guide you in all the other marketing tactics. And now questions.
All right, Jaden, do we have questions? So
excited.
Yes, we do. Hold on, let me maneuver here where we're going. Let me go down. Thank you. Oops, stop the presentation. You just messed me up. Stop the presentation here.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. No, I just was like, where did my screen go?
Oh no.
Okay, let's see here. Just a second here. All right, my open questions. Is Google still the go-to or is it Bing?
It's Google.
Okay.
I'm getting interested in Bing though. A lot of they say a lot of people are moving to Bing, and we'll see. It's still Google.
You want to explain a little bit more about how they find Google My Business, because I've not heard of this particular
for sure.
piece.
So hold on. Let me see if I can make sure I'm giving you the right URL. I believe you just type in business.google.com. That's it. You sign in with your Gmail account and you just create your profile, fill it out as much as you can, like literally anything you can answer, put it in there. And then they will send you a card to the address that you put on file, just to like ensure that that's actually your address. And then you're good to go.
I've actually had them do that.
Yeah.
Jay, can you put your contact info up again, please?
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
For a minute before we continue with our questioning. Matter of fact, probably if you just, we can still see you because I've got you spotlighted in the box even with your presentation up.
Okay, cool. I'll pull it back up if you want to continue asking questions.
Sure. Let's see. Norbert, do clients go through Google My Business or through ranking if you have Google My Business?
It's a good question. Your Google My Business will be above your ranking. So if you're ranking well, you might get a little bit of both. But I will say you have a better chance of getting ranked in Google My Business right off the bat, just because there is such a disparity with personal chefs.
Okay. How do you determine the strength of your website?
That's a good question. There's a lot of answers to that. Oh my God. So, all right. One option would be to use an SEO tool called Ahrefs. So ahrefs.com. There's a free version. You can put your website URL in and get tons of information about how your website's doing and what words you're ranking for. And it'll give you a few scores as well, like your domain rating and things like that. So that's like a really easy way to just be like, how am I doing? What's going on?
Okay, I'm writing that down for everybody so I can share it later. All right. Let's see. Didn't see email address long enough to write it down. We're going to take care of that and put that presentation back up on the screen so you
I know,
guys
I'm
can
working
look at
on it.
that.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. We'll keep asking questions. The guy designing my website wants to charge over $300 a month for SEO for a yearly contract. Is this normal practice? From what you're saying, SEO is one and done when you build the website right away. Am I understanding that correctly? SEO is not one and done. It's continual, is it
I
not?
know that's the thing with SEO. And I'd be curious to see what he's planning on doing for $300 a month. That would be worth your time. But yeah, so it's not a one and done. There's a lot you can do on the front end to set up your SEO, but it really is a long game of maintaining your SEO and adding new content, tweaking things, monitoring the data on the back end. Um, so I charge a retainer fee of $400 a month after an initial audit and implementation. So I guess since he's building the website, maybe he doesn't need to do any, he's doing the implementation on the way there, but I would be curious. I guess that's fine.
Okay, when I'm building my website, what pages can I create to better optimize the website for SEO?
Okay, so my favorite thing to do right now is create a series of landing pages that advertise the services that you offer and in the area that you offer them. So you could do personal chef Atlanta and then celebrity chef Atlanta and private chef Atlanta or different things like that. Every single service that you offer. And then in every area that you offer it, you can create a landing page. And on this landing page, put your general information, a way to contact you, a little blurb about the service, things like that. Try to have it between 500 and 700 words. And then, of course, just make it pretty. And also just be sure all of the words are different. So don't copy and paste the same bio about yourself onto every page because you could get pinged for plagiarism and then Google could just drop your pages. But you have a huge chance of showing up if someone's Googling, personal chef and then like a suburb of your town that you serve, but isn't, the main area of your town. Yeah.
Okay, how do you ensure your website has fast load times?
Ooh, there's websites for this. Hold on. I'm sharing my screen. I don't want to start Googling things. I believe you can go to insights.google.com.
Insights.
Let me make sure that's right.
Insights.
Yes.
Google. I'll put it up in the chat here in a minute.com.
Yeah, it's page speed insights by Google. You just put your URL in and hit analyze, and it'll tell you how fast your website is and then also what issues might be causing it to slow down. It's usually going to be the size of your pictures.
Okay, so page speed insights by Google, right?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. And then the next question, so I can go and type that. If you have if you have a Google My Business account, does that itself rank you higher in the searches?
Google My Business, Google will see that your website's getting a bunch of traffic and be like, oh, this must be a good resource. So we'll rank you higher in Google.
Okay. Let's see, on Google My Business, can you edit the photos that clients post? What if they're not a good photographer and you want those photos removed?
I actually don't know about that one. I always feel like good publicity or any publicity is good publicity when it comes to Google My Business.
Okay. Google My Business is free, correct?
Yes, totally free.
Okay. Do most people do SEO on an infrequent basis or as needed?
Oh, if you're going to do it correctly, you need to do it frequently.
That's what I
Because
thought.
if you neglect it for 3 months, then you're going to have like an uphill battle trying to get it back to where it
Yeah,
was.
because once you get at the top, where do you do the landing page? Not following, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. That would just be an extra page of your website. And you
Yes.
don't have to put it in your menu bar or anything like that. It can just be a page that exists, but isn't like you can't get there from your menu or something.
You'd have to give somebody the URL to get there.
Right.
Correct.
And
Correct.
ideally,
It's
they would find you in Google using it.
right. Okay. So that makes sense. Yep. So it's a page that's there, but it's not broadcast to the public.
Right.
Okay. Videos over pictures. What do you think? Maybe an intro video on the landing page over a picture. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine. That would be awesome.
Okay. I'm moving over here. So that's individual. So Sarah wrote, what would be a good strong description to add to our Google My Business page?
It would be exactly what your services are. So if you are a personal chef in the Atlanta area who specializes in gluten-free, whatever, then something like that would be good.
I keep feeling like you know Chef Adam.
I think I actually do.
Okay, any other questions for Jade? Like I said, her contact information is here, so feel free to reach out individually. I have put the ahrefs.com and this page Speed Insights by Google in the chat box for everybody to be able to go, start to do some seeing how they're doing with page speed and a rating on their website. That's great information. Let's see, let me make sure I didn't forget anything. Answered. If there's anything else here that I've gotten. Okay, hold on, I got another one. Let's see. Where do you add special keywords into the website and how specific should they be?
So there's really not like a secret place to add in keywords other than your meta title and your page description, which is what shows up in Google. Like the underlined blue is your meta title, and then underneath is your page description. And that's a great place to put your primary keyword. So personal chef, and then where you're located, and then your name. And then your meta description is not actually counted in Google for keywords. So it's not reading your meta description trying to find keywords. But it is a great place to add them in because they get highlighted if someone Googles your thing and then it's in the meta description. But that's mostly just to entice people to your page, if that makes sense.
Angela, I'll go ahead and email those over to you when we're done. I just put them in there again. Let me know if you see them or not. I put them in the chat box from me, which is Larry, not really me. I'm incognito tonight. Kathy said, is the landing page the first page of your website?
No, that's going to be your homepage.
That's your homepage, right? I confuse those myself. I call it the landing page, but it's not. It's the homepage. I think the most specific example I could think of that with even the USPCA site is we have a payment plan for membership. You will not find that page if you go to our website, but you'll find it if I give you the URL. So in a case it's one you want to, for the reason we do it, it's because I have to engage with that person. It's not something that the system can do by itself.
Right. And a landing page is essentially a page created for people to land on when they've come from some sort of marketing effort. So the page that your clients land on after they click on your Google meta description in Google would be your landing page. So in some instances, it's your homepage, but not in this instance.
Okay. Sure, Alan. Everybody can't see in the chat box. I don't know why that is. Don't get confused. Again, I'm showing up as Larry. All right. And we can see there we got Jade Pruett, Mindover Marketing, Jade at mindover.marketing. So feel free to reach out to her. If there's anybody who has anything specific that didn't get a website address, who can't see it in chat, you know how to get a hold of me, aprather at uspca.com, and I will get you. Vince is raising his hand. Let me go see what Vince wants to say. Probably he can see something I can't. You can talk, Vince. Unmute yourself.
No, I just hit it by accident. I was looking at the one person that was trying to say why they didn't get on the chat, and I was going to try to send them the Q&A because they said they didn't see any messages. I just Angela Belly said I don't see any messages, and I
Yeah,
was
I see.
saying,
Yeah, I
but
saw.
everything's
Yeah,
on chat. So
everything's on chat. So maybe she's in Q&A, but she's typing,
yeah.
and I'll get it over to her. No biggie.
Yeah,
Alan too. No problem.
I was just trying to help. But we're good. I just did that by accident, trying to help her.
Oh, no problem. Thanks, Vince.
Anytime.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? How can a landing page be found by Google?
It finds you. Let's see. You can, man. So if you have everything in place, Google will be crawling your website or checking your website pretty frequently. If you want to give it an extra boost, you can use Google Search Console, which is Google Search Console. You'll find that. And you literally just sign in with your Gmail that's connected to everything else. And then you can just put in the URL of your landing page and then hit crawl or request indexing, and it will check on it for you.
Google Search Console, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, last call for questions. Again, if you miss something or you need my help, please email me. And if I can't answer and it's not on my lovely sheet of paper where I've been taking notes, I will get with Jade and get an answer.
Yeah, you can also email me if
or you can email her directly, and you can skip me entirely. It's okay. But for those who I said, I'll get the few things that I posted in chat over. If we don't have any more questions, hold on, we might have one. Oh, can you please repeat the link for the rating of the website? That is the ahrefs.com.
Yes.
ahrefs.com. Alpha Hotel Romeo Echo Foxtrot Sierra.com. Can you tell I'm a veteran, huh? So ahrefs.com. And again, if you missed it and you need it, email Jade or email me and we'll get it over to you. Mm-hmm. And that is the Google Search Console, and then the Page Speed Insights by Google are the other two references we talked about. All right, let me see, make sure no more come in. Oh, got it, thank you. Okay, way to go, Chef Atillo. All right, well, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Again, this will be on the USPCA YouTube site once it's processed, and on our podcast. So you will be able to review it again at your leisure. And like I said, feel free to email Jade with any questions, or me, and we'll get them to Jade or Larry or Vince, any of us. We'll all get them to Jade. And thank you, Jade, for sharing. It was a marvelous presentation, and really something we talk about a great deal with it's particularly the SEO and its importance. Awesome. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening.
Thank you.